Good morning, Facebook followers. It's about time to get this day rolling again. I'm getting ready to hook up the boat and head for the lake again. I'm sorry to say Robert can't go with me, neither can Robert, and neither can Michael. So today you guys don't get all the wonderful entertainment of those guys. You'll just have to listen to me. Okay, everything is set. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and put my lights on. Okay, here we go again. We're heading back out onto the lake. As I said the other day, the video quality is probably, I noticed the other day when we were filming in this low light quality that the video quality was really atrocious, and you'll have to live with that. I'll try to make this as short as possible. The reel that I talked about last week, the one that was mis-spooling up higher on the spool, well, I took it home this weekend and I put a new washer, an extra washer, and actually it had no washer in it. It was missing the washer altogether. So it had spooled high, and so I added a washer to it. And what I'm going to do is, once I get outside of this little area right here, I'm going to drop that line and let all the lines spool off. And when I get to where I'm going, I should be able to wind that back in, and I should have a nice even spool on it. That's what I'm shooting for. All right. So right now I'm in the no wake zone, so I can't step it up. Besides, it's dark out here, and I really don't need to. You know, I can't see more than about 15 or 20 feet, but on this camera I see that you guys can see well. It's just your video quality is down. These iPhones are really good at adjusting for video quality. I don't know about other phones, but this particular i12 really is good at that. So we're going to see how we do today. I plan to kind of be off the lake by noon, since I'm out here by myself. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I'm out here by myself today, and because I'm by myself, I intend to wear my life jacket all day, no matter what the temperature. Okay, I'm going to pause now and toss this line out. And now as I go zooming across the lake, that line should play out back there. And I should be able to wind that back in and have a straight spool again. Oh yeah. All of my line is played out. I can go ahead and wind it back in now. All right, I don't know how well you can see in the light, but it's better. It's not good yet. I'm going to have to add one more washer, but it's much better than it was. So maybe next week you'll get to see it again. Let's go get on some fish. Well, sports fans, believe it or not, I've already got to replace a rig this morning. I would like to tell you that I'm having to replace it because a big fish busted me off, but I can't say that. You might ask me, well, why do you have to replace your rig? Was it stuck on the bottom? Oh no, that would be too simple an explanation. So let's try again. What else could cause it? Well, how about I got so preoccupied with everything else I was doing that I forgot to flip the bail when I went to cast it out. Ping! There it went. So I'm re-rigging a line. And any of you that can say that you've never done that before, you get to laugh at me. Everybody else, we get to laugh together. All right? So hopefully we'll be catching some fish shortly. All right, let's see if this works a little better. I was trying to record with the camera up here above the windshield, but I have a feeling with this wind, I've got about a 7-knot wind going today, and I have a feeling with that wind you weren't going to be able to hear anything. So if it starts right there and you're not hearing anything, that's fine. That's where the editing starts. I told you guys that I would show you this rod. I told you on the comments section, so if you never read the comments, you'd never know it. But I told you guys in the comments section that I would show you this rod that I hooked this little Shakespeare 2052 onto, and it's a Daiwa, super light rod. It's not very big. You can see it's a little ultralight rod, and I'm going to give it a try. Unfortunately, so far this morning, I'm not getting any bites at all. So my plan for trying to catch the little fish that were annoying me and stripping off my bait, well, that's not working because nothing. I'm not getting a bite, not a nibble, not anything today. But the weather has dropped off considerably cooler, so we'll see what happens. I do have some visitors back here on the back corner. There's only 2 boats on the entire lake this morning, it looks like, and they decided to come park right on top of me. I guess they decided maybe I knew what I was doing. There is a kayak way over there, and he keeps circling me too. So apparently people think I know what I'm doing out here. I ain't catching no fish, folks. Go find your own spots, or hire Malo with OCD fishing. Malo will put you on some fish. So anyway, hopefully something will speed up. All right, no luck in that spot. Moving on. Gonna go back over to the secondary spot I tried last week. I got more bites over there than I did over here. It's where I kind of wanted to start, but when I saw there were no boats at all over here, I thought, well, let's at least give it a shot. And that was a no-go. So here we go. Okay. How bad the wind is sitting down there in that area where the camera is. I guess we'll find out later. Anyway, I had a nice hit on this line. I jumped up, I grabbed it, I held it. Wait, oh, there we go. Maybe I got one of these little guys that's been... Oh, here we go. Hey guys, this is that little pole, the little Daiwa with the little hook. There we go. This is the one I redid last night. Hey, I don't know what we got here. He's little, he's fighting good. Okay, I got a little redfish, little red. So maybe it is reds that are down there stripping these apart. All that was a little piece of shrimp that I put on there. So I haven't been skunked for the day. We're on. And the little Shakespeare did fine. But hey, does that mean I need to re-rig all my poles with smaller hooks? I don't know. I don't think so. I think if I got a real big, nice big red, I don't think I'd ever got him on that little hook. There we go. I think he might have stripped me. Nope, I got him. We got him. We got him. There we go. Another red. But again, a red's better than no red. They are pretty fish. He's about He's about 7 inches from being able to keep it. So, but It's fish. I'll tell you one thing. I'm getting really, really desperate to hear the sound of that screaming drag. I haven't heard a screaming drag in a lot of years, and I'm waiting for it. It's coming. I'm not sure how much of this wind you guys are hearing, but it's blowing pretty good out here. I've got you kind of back in up inside the windshield area, so I'm hoping it's blocking some of the wind. It's a windy day. So far two rat reds and not much bait stripping today. So that's all I got. Well, since things have slowed down again, I might as well tell you the story about why I've got this fancy flotation device attached to my glasses. Last week, when I came out here fishing with Robert, I had my glasses tucked on my hat up here, and one of the time I had them fall off inside the boat 3 or 4 times, and it was starting to get a little old, and I thought, man, I'm gonna end up losing these. Well, it wasn't 5 minutes later. I bent down to pick something up, and they slid right off my head and right into the lake, and they went right straight down to the bottom. So maybe some scuba diver one day will find him a nice pair of $1 Dollar Tree glasses. That's all these are. They're $1 Dollar Tree. I keep lots of them around. I just need them for reading, and I don't usually put them on until I need to see something detailed, like putting a line through a hook or something like that. But I tell you what, when they drop in the lake and you don't have anything, that starts to get old. I do have a spare pair out here, but I broke down and spent the $9, actually I think it was $7 because they gave me a discount on it. I think I spent $7 to buy this little flotation device, so that in the event they do fall in the lake again, this time they will float and I'll be able to grab them. Keeping you guys informed of all the stupid things that I do. Tell you a quick little Martin story. I guess it's been about 7 or 8 years ago. I went up to Kentucky Lake to meet my dad for a fishing trip. He used to do it once a year with his with all the old folk, all the men from his church. They would all gather at Kentucky Lake and go on a fishing trip. And I would try to meet him up there. I only managed to do it twice, but man, I so do wish that I had done it more than that. But one of the times we went out one morning, and we're bluegill fishing. My dad was a big bluegill fisherman. He loved to fish for bluegill, and it sure didn't hurt my feelings any, because I enjoyed it too. And we got out there one morning. He got into this little cove, and he pulled up into his favorite spot, and he anchored out and tied off to these reeds. And he said, this is the place, right over there. And I cast over there, and he cast over there, and his bait was in the water less than 10 seconds before the bobber went down. Bloop. Boom. He caught a nice hand-sized bluegill. It was a nice bluegill. And I'm still sitting there. I'm waiting. Nothing. He throws right back out there again. Bloop. Again. Well, this went on for like 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, he caught like 20 bluegill, and I haven't got the slightest bite. Nothing. And I looked at his rig, and I saw no difference. We're rigged up the same. We're fishing with crickets, and I'm hooking my crickets the same as he's hooking his. We're hitting within inches of each other in the lake, and every time his hits, boom, something grabs it and it's gone. And mine's just sitting there. It's sitting there. And finally, I had him bring it in. He brought his line in, and I held him up and compared his line and my line. And the only difference between the two is his split shot was about this far from the hook, and mine was about this far from the hook. So I moved my split shot down to this far from the hook, just like his, exactly the same. His float was this much further up the line than mine. So I moved my float that much further up the line. Boom. threw in there, boom, boom, boom. Both of us caught bluegill the rest of the morning, just like that. And it taught me something about presentation. Sometimes the littlest things can mean the biggest difference to a fish. And apparently, I don't have the right presentation today. I've got some, got a couple of rat reds, a couple of inexperienced little rat reds that don't know any better. But the big reds are not hitting today. Of course, nobody else is out here fishing at all, hardly. Those guys that were on the bank over there, they left. I came over and parked in this spot, and since then, I've had two people who were, one kayak trolling and the other, or downrigger fishing, and the other one was a pontoon boat, both of them downrigger fishing, and both of them came out and circled me real close and went on their way. And but nobody else seems to be out on the lake today but me. So they probably all know something that I don't, like the fish ain't hitting, so why are you doing out there? But you know, even if the fish aren't hitting, I want to come anyway. I love being on the lake, in the water, and there's very few things to me that are nearly as peaceful, as re-energizing as going to the lake. Now I say re-energizing, it does take me a whole day to recover after going to the lake. Being out on this boat with these waves rocking it like it does, it makes my legs ache by the end of the day. Keeping myself upright. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love this. I'm hoping I can do it for another 20 years. And if I get to where I can't do it one day, maybe somebody will come take me out, I hope. But that's it for now. Okay, the little Shakespeare has nailed another one. Don't know what this one is. This feels more like what's probably been tearing up. Oh, look at that. So that's what's been tearing up my shrimp. Oh my. Man, if that ain't a bluegill. Woo. What do you think, folks? You like that bluegill? Well, at least I know what it is now. All right. That's what's been stripping off my shrimp. So, if I was in the mood for a bunch of bluegill, I think maybe that's the way to go, is little pieces of shrimp out here, maybe some dough balls. And but I'm really in the mood for those big redfish. So, but at least I know now what's been, it's the first bluegill that I've ever caught in this lake. I've netted them for bait, but that's the first one I've ever caught. That was a nice bluegill. In addition to that rod and reel combo, I also brought this one out. This one belonged to my stepfather, and my mom gave it to me after he passed. And this is a Bass Pro Tiny Light ultralight rod and reel combo. It's I've redone it. It's in good shape, and I think we're going to give it a shot today. Well, looks like it's going to be that kind of day today. It's 11:30. I caught 2 rat reds and 1 really nice little bluegill, and at least that gives me an idea what the heck's been tearing my shrimp up. Apparently it's bluegill, so I might set up a few rigs specifically for targeting those bluegill. If they're going to be that big, hey, I wouldn't mind taking some home, putting them in the frying pan. But these, I'm having a little difficulty getting these little ultralights to cast far enough to get into the same spots where where they're tearing things up at. So, still might use the ultralight reels, but actually this setup here is not bad at all. This one from Bass Pro Shop. But I will say that this Daiwa rod that I have the Shakespeare on is definitely too flimsy for a decent length cast. It did manage to catch me a rat red. That was almost I think it was right at a 12-inch rat red, but it's just too flimsy a rod to get a good cast off of. I need something with a little more oomph to it. But I am going to stick with that Shakespeare reel. For those of you who don't know it, I believe it was Tyler, and if I got that wrong, I'll correct it. I believe it was Tyler last night was talking about he's got this same Shakespeare reel and was telling me that it's such a smooth, super sweet performer. You can just twirl it and it'll just keep right on spinning without your hand on it. So that tells me I haven't done as good a job on this 2052 as I can do. So that means I'm going to be taking it back apart. I might shoot a short video on doing that. I'm not sure what I need to do except for change my grease points a little bit, change some grease points to oil points, and work on that main bearing a little bit, see if it's actually stiffer than what I think it is. If it is, I think I could probably clean that up, soak it in some acetone, and put some lightweight oil in there, and I think that'll take care of that. But this is pretty much going to be my day, folks. You guys take care and have a good day, and I'll be back to you in a second as I motor off the lake. I got to pull these anchors in, and they're not going to be, I'm tired, so they're not going to be fun to pull in now. All right, so you guys take care, and I'll see you on the flip side. And if there's any of you out there that don't know what the flip side is, that's going back to the old records day when they flipped the record. See you on the flip side, all right? I'm old, yeah, I know. On the last 2 trips, I've seen something back at the back of this cove, and I didn't know what it was, so I decided I want to come back here and take a look at it. And it turns out it's an abandoned boat. And that's not something that should be in here, so I'm going to stop up at the front office and see what they can tell me about it. I don't think it's something that we need to have in our lake. It needs to go away. And now that we've been by the abandoned boat, you can see it over here one more time. There she sits. We're going to head on into the office and get out of here. This is Rick Stivers with Young Martin's Reels, and we're heading on.